Hello there, this is Friday and I'm excited because we've just gone through another week. Today I want to look at another myth. The myth that um, we cannot make it without the right connections. Yes, we can. We can make it with or without connections. You know what? It's not connections that helps us make it. And so this whole idea of getting so stressed and worked out, oh, I don't have the contacts, I don't have the right person who's going to make the right phone calls for me, I do not live in the right country, and we get stressed out about it. I don't have the right amount, the right capital. You know what, friend? You can make it with or without all of that. Because the fact is, that dream you have in your heart, that passion you have to get things done, it's all you need to start with. It's the ingredient. Use what you have to obtain what you do not have. You know, that passion you have to get something done, it's a lie, it's a fire, and that fire, it's combustible, it's highly inflammable, and it will get you to your dreams, your goals end. And so it's a myth that without the right contacts, without the right connections, you cannot get very far with this dream. You know, it's like this. Every single thing that we have today started with an idea, with a dream. And that dream was not compromised. People did not give up on it. The video camera, webcam, internet, it started with a dream. And so we are the products of dreaming, setting up goals, and that can happen with or without contacts, with or without networking. Because it is not the contacts that gets us there. It is keeping the ability to keep that passion alive in spite of all the resistance, all the difficulties, all the challenges. And so that brings me to another point. Critics. You know, this fear of critics, the myth that somebody who criticizes us has the ability to alter our destiny. That is another myth. You know what happens when somebody criticizes us? They may succeed in getting us distracted or off track, but it is the fact that we are distracted, is the fact that we lose our focus, is the fact that we waste time and we are unable to work on that dream and pursue that dream and even move that passion forward. It is that neglect which costs us our vision a lot of the time, which compromises attainment of our destiny. It isn't the force of the criticism. Now, when somebody comes at you and says, look, you don't stand a chance, that statement, as hurtful as it is, has no value until we appreciate it in value, until we decided that it is so important that we will stop doing what we were doing in fulfillment of our dream, so that we can give attention to it, that we can ponder over it in our thought process, we can reflect on it. Once we start doing that, that is when criticisms have a sway over us. And am I just saying ignore criticisms? I'm saying no. I'm saying what is at stake. What is at stake is that you've got a dream, you've got a fire. The critic may or may not believe in that dream or that fire. That is their business. That is their problem. But you should focus on carrying on with that dream, carrying on with that passion, and then you will grow bigger than any criticism. Your success is the best defense. Your excellency what is the best answer to critics. Another thing that I want to say is the myth that all we need is somebody to hype us and say glowing, to give us a glowing tribute or introduce us, connect us. Because what is happening, it's a bit like popcorn, okay? It's corn all the time, but it just pops out. And so we can get people to hype our ability. We can get people to pay a glowing tribute to us. We can get called all kinds of names, all kinds of fanciful titles, but it does not change who we are essentially. We are better off developing our innermost selves, developing that passion, developing that dream. And you know what? If we develop that dream, if we focus on refining that gifting, that passion, if that's what our focus is, then our growth, our outgrowth, our development is going to be an advert for us. And so here is where we have to be very, very cautious. On the one hand, paying too much attention to critics, and on the other hand, paying too much attention to people who flatter us, who hype our very abilities. We need to find that balance. We need to find a way where we identify, where we work with what our essential abilities, the essence of where we are going, our dream, and we need to refine that and develop that and polish that and work consistently on that. And when we do, we will get where we need to go. We will achieve our dreams. And so I've given examples about the myth that our critics have got some influence over us, or that they can curse us. The myth that our fans and people who just say positive things about us themselves are the answer. And I've also mentioned earlier on situations that was in previous clips about how we see a situation, it sounds very complex and we just are ready to give up. And so in a lot of cases, people who have faced some resistance, some difficulty, have surrendered their prized jewel. They have surrendered their crown jewel, they have surrendered something of much value. And you know what? They have paid a very heavy price. Things are not what they appear to be. And so we needn't judge. We must make sure we do not judge a book by its cover. Well, it is essentially what our critics are trying to do. They look at us, they look at our history, our story, a few things they know about us, a few difficulties we have encountered, and then they dismiss us. Or our fans, they look at a few successes we've had, and then they conclude about us. I'd rather have somebody who sort of gives us a constructive analysis, analogy of what is happening. It's truthful. And that is what we can do for ourselves most of the time. We need to reflect on what is in our heart, what the burning dream and passion in our heart, and we need to work on it. We need to develop it. At the end of the day, we have a responsibility even to work on this essence, this authenticity, this natural God-given ability, potential that we have in us. And that potential needs the fire of the potential is the passion we have to get certain things done. Well, my friends, it's about 8 minutes 40 seconds roughly, and this clip, it's quite a long one, and so we will take a break until the next clip. I'm John Agbenyaga Williamson, your life coach. Bye bye.